counting cabbage, blowing spinach. Physically fit, I got that workout doing calisthenics. I make it do stretches when I chef it. Turn 1 into 2, that's the method. Cooking up, I lost grams, switch plugs, now it's love. About to kick off my weight loss plan. Cop heavy, I might throw something. Losing pounds with no sweat, that's liposuction.
What it do? This your boy She, one half of To The Point podcast.
John President, I'm here.
And as you see, man, we got our very special guest here. We got Doobie and we got Ratah Johnson.
What's going on?
He's not a camera friendly guy, right? So you need right? So I'm gonna start off by saying this. Yo, may have very rarely caught glimpses of him on camera, right? But behind the scenes, he's been very influential in our culture, in the rap game and other different industries. He's a very big part of this. This is his drink here, Pure Life. If you see it moving around, Pure Fuel.
Pure Fuel.
Very instrumental in that. Ratah Johnson, what's going on, homie? This is my family too, by the way, so it's gonna be pretty organic, you know what I mean? What's good? So listen, man, we gonna start right here, right? My acquaintance with you.
Yes.
We family, you know.
Yeah.
Zah's my family, my kids' family, all of us family.
Right.
And we acquainted and we got tight. The next thing you know, I was just coming home from jail. I don't know if you knew.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, we find ourselves the Baseline Studio.
We going right to it.
We going right to it.
Okay, all right.
So,
right to it.
Okay. It was pretty nostalgic for me, right? Because, like I said, I was just coming home from joint, right? To go from that to where I was,
right,
in a matter of weeks, right?
Yeah.
So we coming in Baseline. Soon as we walk in, there's a table. Guys is playing a game called Guts. Ratah's at the table. The boy Wine was there at the table. Rob Roller, I remember. Louis from 16th and Tasker. Lou, Italian Lou.
You know better than me.
Yeah, Italian Lou was there. I remember vividly, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I remember is because when I walked in, you, Louis, and Rob Roller greeted me.
Right.
Damn. And it kind of removed some of the nostalgia I had when I seen familiar faces. It was like, oh yeah, I'm home base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, we up there Baseline. What was you had business up there at the time at Baseline?
So I'm trying to figure she was kind wasn't up there yet with us, wasn't he?
Kyle was there
at the same time. So this when we all jumped together.
Yeah. So this and this you might not remember.
There was
because it was one.
He's up there.
Dude, I feel like you came up there. I feel like you came up there without me, and then we went back because I remember Khan had just came home. You had already been home. Khan, you was like down North Carolina or some shit like that.
That was the second time.
Right. You see where I'm coming from?
Was that the first time? You was
No, I'm lying. The first time we left from the floor.
Right.
Then I went on.
He was a gingerbread man.
Right.
At the time. He was on the
because when I seen you the first time, I seen you, I think with Lou, I was already there.
Right.
We walked in.
That's what it was. I walked in on.
But the time when the whole chess thing happened, we went up together.
Oh.
With Zai.
Okay. Yup.
Didn't Zai go with us?
I believe so.
No, this happened. No.
Wait, we got the stories messed up. Hold on.
This beat back for y'all how I went down.
You just came from down south. I know.
No.
Go ahead. Now give me the place from there.
Down south. That's what happened, right? I was on hiatus. Before I went on hiatus, we left them up here. I went down to North Carolina.
Go ahead.
We came back. But I came from Baseline. I came from North Carolina back to Philly.
Go ahead.
Do my 1-2 thing. Then I left from Philly again back up Baseline. Then we stayed 6 days. You talking about the time when she had to go home and he rode back up with y'all, while I was still up there.
I'm talking about the time you whipped Jay-Z ass. Let's get you in chest. Let's get all how we got there. He was away, nigga. He was away for forever, right? Right. You playing chess for forever, right? You had shit else to do, right? You know what I'm saying? And you came home. And you bust Jay ass. Yeah. That's what we get into. Yeah. Because the story.
To the point, man.
Because the story is this. However we got up there, though, what time we got up there. Right. It was a lot of us. When I say us, I'm talking about South Philly. A lot of us
was up there.
Right. Slaughter, Ryan.
Yep.
Mac,
of course.
Yeah. He wasn't there. He just left. He wasn't there. But he wasn't there.
Be up there though.
But it was a lot of people from, and then outside South Philly, there's people from Philly. Period. Right.
And press that like button too. And go ahead and lean on the like button. Subscribe.
No, you cool. Press the like button. You heard what he said. Press the like button. Right. Because what happened was, I remember. Beyonce had been coming around for a while.
She was up
there. She was there, and I'm gonna give you the whole scene.
Yeah, Brooke was sitting right here. I was sitting right there with Beyonce the whole time. After I beat Jay at chess, he trying to sick niggas on me.
Right.
He said, go in the room. No, real quick, and Beyonce sitting right here next to him, smelling like perfume and everything. I ain't know that.
Nigga crazy. So go ahead. So how the story go? Baseline had a table. It was one of those tables that had the built-in, I think, chessboard. Because it wasn't like a big joint. It wasn't like this big table.
No, it was small.
It was a small table.
I think it only had 2 seats.
It only had 2 seats. It was a round joint. It only had 2 seats. So Sheeta's Jay. I'm Khan. This the table in the middle. It's a round table, and they sitting on their chairs.
Right.
Beyonce is this Jay? Beyonce is close. She close to this. She dude. But closer, right, and standing. She not even saying Jay sitting because he's playing, right. And how I got this story going is this. This is my version of the story. Now, if I'm wrong, jump in and correct me. Yeah. How I remember it was this. I remember the first game happened so fast we don't know what happened. Meaning. The first game was over before he started. Khan beat Jay very fast.
He wanted to run it back.
Very fast. Yeah. Very fast. Right?
Yeah. It wasn't like that.
Why wasn't it like that? Yeah, and Mac was cheering the motherfucker on. Right. Y'all gotta understand Jay. Like, he don't like that shit.
I had beat Mac real fast.
No, you beat Jay fast. Mac don't even count. Not saying Mac can't play chess, but Jay, he take pride in that shit.
The reason why he mentioned Mac is because that's why Jay wanted to play him. It's almost like Adrian Broner fighting. Right. What's my man name that beat him up, and then Floyd came and said, "Let me holler at you." It was like that. It was like he ain't like how he beat Siegel, so he said, "You gotta play me."
Well, I don't know how many games Jay and Khan played, but I'm gonna say it's 2 or 3 games. But I do remember being mad at Khan because I felt like the last game which Jay won. The last game that Jay won, I feel like Khan let him win.
He did,
right? And the reason I'm saying that,
picked up on that, and without having a discussion.
Listen, one thing I know about chess, right? Is it's always about. See, Jay played chess real life. Right, of course. He always 10 steps and 20 steps ahead of everybody he do business with. Right? So that's why he take pride in playing that game of chess. Right. Because that's how he really play.
Here you go.
Everything Jay had mapped out, Khan had already had a counter for the counter for the counter. Right. Because the first game was very fast. The second game, I feel like
it was a little bit more drawn out.
Right. But that third game was just way off the pattern of how the first 2 went.
Right.
Right. And for me, I felt like if the city of Philadelphia ever had to get behind a chess player and put up a whole bunch of bread, I felt like the city should get behind Khan, let him play Jay real quick, for some bread. And I feel like kind of whipped Jay ass. You know what I'm saying?
You've seen it.
Because I remember Jay's face.
Yeah.
Right? Because Jay had like you playing for fun, but it's kind of like how dare you? Like who the fuck is this? Like, and you gotta understand something too. You gotta understand. It's not just that he beat him. It's that Mac and everybody else showing all this love to this nigga. Like Jay oh, we in baseline. This is his house. We're in New York. We not. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. Mac and them laughing. You remember that? Like I remember seeing Mac's face, and I remember, you know what I'm saying, like looking at Jay's face, and now they had Beyonce on the shoulder. In the pink sweatsuit. I remember exactly. This is when she had her own clothing line. It was called Deli On. Remember she had her own clothing line.
Yeah, she was doing.
Yeah, she had a pink sweatsuit on. I remember.
It was like
the
colors like
that. What's that material called?
Adidas material.
Velour. I remember.
It has 2 stripes on it.
Yeah.
And not 3. It had 2 stripes.
So go ahead, what's your input on that, Karen?
Did I tell the story right?
You told it right on the button.
Just right.
You was paying attention.
Yeah.
Because after the game, he whispered to me, "You know I let him win that joint."
But he denied it to me though. And then remember Zion, remember he's coming home?
Right.
We like, come on, like, Kyle, what happened? No, man, he's like, I know Kyle the bull. Right. So the way he handled it, it was nowhere in the world, Jay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
To beat that one. Yeah, Kyle, what's your perspective on that?
I'm going to give you a whole backstory on this.
Right.
Siegel gave me the 48 laws in Art of War.
Okay.
Read these Jones. She did it for a kind. I ain't read the whole book. You know, I'm old black person read. I'm real smart. I read the introduction. You know what I'm saying? And I think I read the first chapter of Art of War, and I peeped something in there. Never let the so-called master think you got something on it. So this is why I had to let him win that game.
All right, so now we on camera. So this is for the people.
Right.
Robbie Khan is admitting he allowed Jay to win that last game of chess.
Yeah.
So the back part of that is he couldn't beat him.
Dude beat me the first game. Why you stand first? You didn't see the first game. It was
quick. I'm telling you, I know what happened.
Check it out. I'm gonna ask you this question. Yeah. Bring you this here. When you play basketball with somebody for the first time, that first time, this nigga he can check ball.
Right.
What are you trying to do to dude? You trying to blow him out, right?
Absolutely.
You can't get a bucket.
Right. You didn't get no bucket that first game.
That's how you play.
Crazy.
It's Philly. This is the P.
Yeah. So do you take everything, that same kind of test of fortitude that drive certain people? Mm-hmm. You transfer that energy to everything else you do. Yeah. So my pop put me on chess when I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Right.
And I had to play and can't go outside if I don't do good, if I don't beat him. And this time he played me. One time I got caught smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
He made me smoke the whole pack of cigarettes, Camels, while I played chess game after chess game after chess game after chess game after chess game. He's smoking with me, and you guys smoking a cigarette in here. Pop again. Hell, cigarette.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to get you to see. That playing him the first time, we had an audience around. This is Beanie Siegel at the height of his.
There was a lot of people in that room. I don't remember.
Everybody was there.
I don't remember all everybody that was in the room. Yeah.
All them guys was there at that time.
Everybody was there. You had Cam and his whole squad.
Yup, they all was there. Jim Jones, all of them.
You had the boy Kanye West opening up and still A to COB. You had all the state property office probably except Oscino.
Was Earl young at that time? Might have been away.
I think he didn't come home till next time he was up there. The next time. And I played him that time, twice that day. That day, I beat him, I played him to a stalemate. What
was the second game? I don't remember who.
The second game was a stalemate.
But then the third game,
I made him win.
You want to win, okay.
I could have won all 3 of the games. I could have won the stalemate game.
Right.
And I could have won the last game.
So basically, what you saying is you reverse the charges on him.
I let him know that I'll knock you out.
No, people, what I'm saying.
It was a
No,
knockout.
I don't want that. You said this. Siegel gave you 48 laws
And Art of War.
and Art of War to read. Hold on, peep game. Main Man gave Siegel them books, right? So you basically used his tactics against him. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't know that was that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know he was bored, and I ain't wanted to out and out embarrass him on his hometown. My man under his wing, that could have went real nasty. You know what I mean?
So you said I'm gonna give him one just to even the score, but you didn't have to. Just put that on.
But I'm gonna be honest with you
I could've
too.
been on 3 of them.
I'm gonna give you one more, and it's crazy. I wish it was a camera or cameras around because
I beat everybody up there.
Because-
I beat him, one.
if you saw Jay face, like his win he wasn't satisfied with it. I
Right.
feel like he kind of almost knew Khan let him win that last game. You understand what I'm saying?
It was unsafe.
Like he ain't say it, but I feel like that was the thing.
You wasn't there the second time, but Jay did. But we already in the studio. We in there chilling.
I wasn't there.
Oh, what you talking about when he recorded?
Me and she in there chilling. She laid out, knocked out sleep. I'm up doing what I'm doing. Say J.G. Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
He opened the door. He see me and go, you know, the chessboard was over here. He seen me, he said,
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. I would love at this time if y'all both are, you know, in different places in your life. You know, Jay's a, you know, gazillionaire. You know, but I just think like
I'm a dollar there. I'm a dollar there.
You want his ass though. Pause. That's a pause.
Pause. We
That's
gonna
a
see.
pause.
Well, I would love to get in the room.
I would love to see y'all run that back.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that should be the whole. You know, when y'all see each other, that should be.
That was like, cause that was like, and I think that was like a moment, you know, sometimes there's moments that happen in your life you just don't forget. And I just remember that. I remember, cause we wasn't even supposed to go up that night.
Right.
We was on like, Morris, wherever we was at.
Right.
And we wasn't
It
even
was a
random.
spontaneous
It was
joint.
random. We ain't supposed to go up
Yeah.
there. And you know, baseline ain't there till spending the night.
Right.
So it's not like you gotta be there at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He
And
can come back.
Matt just like stay up there free.
Yeah, I couldn't
Come on.
hang at some point. I got a wife at home. They was getting me in trouble hanging them dudes, man.
Yeah.
But now we talking.
Let me ask you a question real quick. What was your background to get you where we met you at, or where we seen you at? What was your background to get you at that point? How did you get to that point?
What was you? Was Oscino Sparks manager?
It happened by accident. It happened by accident because I started off as like a booking agent, like I was, you know, book artists for shows and all that stuff. Troy Carter, senior, because it's a junior now too.
Yeah, right.
But Troy Carter was really the person that like showed me that game. So I started a booking agency, and I lucked up because I was in a good situation where, at the time, Troy was managing. He had Eve,
Right.
he had Freeway, and I also had Fab. But Fab came through my family, Crystal Streets.
Okay.
Fab at the time, she was a stylist, so she
Okay.
had everybody. Fab and her and Clue, you know, at
Right.
the time, the situation. So I was booking Fab too, and a couple different artists, and I used to always get like little bookings for like State Property or stuff. But they already was not rolling, but they already kind of started.
Right.
And I used to always add like Oscino and Sparks and where I could, where they fit in.
Right.
And the crazy part about that is, I started off managing Sparks, right? And
Without separate Oscino.
separate from Oscino.
Okay.
Because Sparks and O have always, from a personality standpoint, always have been. They night and day.
Gotcha.
You know, they make some good music together, but they night and day. So I was managing Sparks. O was actually away, so they was kind of in limbo.
Right.
And them being on limbo, I just had Sparks. But there was a group. They had a group there, Oscino Sparks. So they couldn't really do nothing without one another.
Each other, right.
So Sparks, when O came home, Sparks like, yeah, I gotta do managers, Ratah. I was like, man, dude, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. O ain't want nothing to do with me, right?
Right.
And then O came around, we developed a rapport, whatever the case may be.
Right.
And then I had both of them.
Good money.
I had O and Sparks.
Right.
You know, later down the road, I only end up having O, and Sparks had a new manager, right? Right. Shout out to Aja, but that's my sister, right? So it's like they, you know, that's how I end up really being in the room because through them, and I always thank Oscino and Sparks because they gave me my first opportunity,
right?
Because they was already moving.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So they gave me a chance. Okay. It wasn't like I gave them a chance or I put them on.
Right.
They put me on.
Right. That was cool.
Oscino and Sparks did that for me.
Shout out to them guys.
Yeah, so no matter what, you know what I'm saying, I'm always going to love O, love Sparks because they gave me an opportunity.
There you go.
Without them, I wouldn't even been in a lot of those rooms.
Yeah, that's the
thorough I'm coming from at the level that I was in those rooms. Because I was doing deals, but I was doing deals outside the rooms.
Right.
But then when I was rolling Sparks, now I'm sitting at the table with Jay and with Dame and with Biggs, having real conversations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And learning, you know, and that's how I end up there. But they, you know, they gave me my first shot.
Right.
Then after them, I also had Charlie Baltimore for a while. That's still my sister. So
good money.
Yeah, I love her for that. She put me in a lot of rooms, opened a lot of doors for me.
Right.
You know, because one thing about managing an artist, it's not. And Doobie knows this. He's had, you know, producers and artists that he worked with.
Right.
It's not your regular job. It's not, oh, they make music, let me deal with their music. No. They make music with their music. Everything. They got a baby mom. They got whatever. Wow. You understand what I'm saying?
You getting the whole package.
There's no way to manage an artist and just manage their business.
Right.
Because you're dealing with creative people. And if they going through something with their spouse or with their kids, they're not making music. So you got to understand everything else that's going on in their lives, because if they got other things going on, they can't focus on their craft.
So in a sense, is it trying is not as easy as it looks to be a manager.
It's not, and you got to, it's personal. You don't, I would never, even with Doobie, you know, like he'll tell you, you can't say I'm a manager artist and it's just business. Y'all develop a genuine love, a brotherly sister love. Like people always like, yo, you know, you and Charlie, me and Charlie, that's my sister.
Right.
Like sister, never ever nothing.
Got you.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, I do.
Like me and her kids, I love her kids. Me and her husband at the time was cool, fussy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, good money.
She was cool with my kid's mother at the time. Yeah. You understand? That it becomes bigger than what people think it is.
Right.
Now you got some people out there that just let me attach myself to any old thing and have. But when you really in with an artist, you get to really know them, what makes them work.
Right.
Like I learned a lot from all of them. Like with Sparks, right? My thing with Sparks was honestly, and I'm not saying from a rapper's standpoint he wasn't that. But Sparks should have been he should have been an actor.
Yeah. He had a lot of character.
Sparks should have been an actor.
He had a lot of character.
Oh,
and he acts good in the movies he hit. He acts good, real good.
O is really O. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, I knew young Oscino, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I knew Oscino when he was a young buck. You know what I mean?
And to understand Oscino, you gotta really understand what he been through.
Right.
If you listen to his raps a lot, like don't be lying.
No, it's all funny.
You understand what I'm saying? He not like making up this sob story.
That was some rough walks.
Like if you listen, the people that like O music, they like his music because O is really opening up. He telling stuff. You listen to them rap, like, yo, why you telling me stuff about your fam? Like, he's really telling you why he is the way he is, and the things that made him look at things the way he did.
And he do it in an artistic way. He good with it.
And O had this situation I remember Jay like even used to acknowledge like was one of those dudes ain't have no music out but the girls loved him. Not one record out.
And they was on him.
What? What?
That's good.
Man, I
was chasing him down.
What? Pull up, you be in East Blip.
Right.
And you be looking 10 who they not Jay, not Mac, not nobody.
Right.
They girls people, right. Women was drawn to them.
I want to open a can of worms. I want to open a small can of worms here that's relative to that, right? And it's out there, it's footage out there and stuff like that. It was a video shoot. Mm-hmm. I forget the video. It was a discrepancy. You know what I'm doing between the clothes. Was in his bag. We taking the clothes, man. Big face Gary was on the tip like y'all can't take the clothes. and Ratah sort of stepped up. And what really led to that? Because the footage we see, sometimes that footage don't give justice to the actual story. So what really led up to that altercation with you and Big Face Gary? So
I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Big Face Gary.
Right.
I got a lot of love for Big Face Gary because the reality is Big Face Gary was in the trenches with us.
Right.
And what happened at that particular time was when you do a video shoot, you got a budget. Right?
Right.
And whatever your budget is, an artist has a recording budget, but you got a marketing budget and all that thing, but you know how it is. Everything in the music game is a loan. It's an advance against future earnings.
Right.
You gotta recoup it. So when you spend money for a video shoot, that's coming out of your budget.
Yeah, the wardrobe and all.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So what used to happen a lot of times was that Rockaway stuff would come to the video sets or whatever it would be, or it don't have to be Rockaway, any type of clothing line, right? And sometimes they would tell you gotta give it back. Right?
You paid for it.
But what I know, my whole thing was, why are we giving something back that we getting charged for in our budget?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's mine. I gotta pay for it.
And I had got wind of it that sometimes it would be shoots, and that clothes would go back to Harlem somewhere,
resell it.
And not resell it, they give it away.
They give it away.
So my whole thing, I'm like, if this on our video shoot is coming out of our budget, why is Oscino Sparks not taking it home to give it back to the people in our city?
And they paying for it.
Like, you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, you already getting paid. If that Rockaway stuff wasn't free, that money was going back somehow somewhere.
That's justified.
So Big Face Gary was kind of like defending, like, no, it ain't like that, and blah 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 blah. And that's kind of where the discrepancy was, because I'm like, no, bro, like that's not right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And I think Gary had a few drinks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was really trying to walk away.
Let me ask you this, because the way I was peeping it, like I said, the footage don't do no justice to the story. But I was thinking that Gary was following instructions. Like, I think somebody else told him.
I mean, of course, that's
not allow that to happen. I don't think that was his personal sentiment. I think he understood it your way, right? Yeah. But
I think Dame. I mean, he understands a lot of dudes that was in the building that in those rooms because of Dame, because of Jay,
right?
Which is natural. They labeled. That's they shit, right? So they should be putting their homies on, putting people that they know in position to do things to get money,
right?
So from my understanding, what I remember, Gary was really off the Dame tree. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like things went left, but I think because liquor involved and all that stuff. But like I ain't no fighter. I ain't in the I don't want for what? Yeah. What did we really? But you is from it. But you is from it. I wasn't running. No, I wasn't gonna run from it. But at the same time,
let me say this here. I'm gonna just say this here. For if a person didn't know you, like we know you randomly.
He got a big target, man. You can't. It's hard to miss.
Let's get crazy.
Listen,
right?
It would appear that you was some sort of monster that day.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But you don't know Ratah like we know Ratah.
Well,
that come on.
He ain't really want to box. He wanted to wrestle.
Right.
And if you looked at the joint, I ain't going from. I had a 4X T-shirt on. I probably
That's when 4X was the joint.
Right. It was down to my knees. I probably weighed 100 and. I don't know what I weighed.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you took my Timbs off, I would have lost 20 pounds.
Right.
I might Air Force Ones on, but you know, it was like he wanted to wrestle. And it was crazy. I remember freeing him like when people don't understand this, and I give credit to everybody.
Right.
That day, we was in Harlem. We wasn't in Philly. Okay. You know, we was in New York somewhere, wherever we was at. Right. And
what video shoot was that? You remember?
It was I think that's off of the one of them state property soundtrack albums or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe one of them Dame Dash. No, it wasn't a Dame Dash. It was definitely one of them soundtrack joints because the argument was about their budget.
Right.
So that's what it. That's what.
It had to be
something that was related to them specifically. You know. But yeah, that's that's what happened. Like I said, and you know what's crazy?
Shout out to Big Face Gary.
I bang with Big Face Gary. He got a podcast, but it's
I seen it. Yeah,
it's certain people. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Jay and Dame owe anybody anything, but a guy like Big Face Gary, a guy like Ramsey, and I'm missing a lot of people. I'm probably missing a lot of people. I just. You know, and I'm not saying nobody owe nobody nothing. Right. But I just felt like some people got left behind.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And when I say they got left behind, I mean, let's be honest. RocaFella made fucking history. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know the ins and outs of it of why Jay and Dame. I mean, I can give you my interpretation of it.
Well, what is your assessment based on, what you assessed while you was there and while you was involved? Because everybody got their own viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? What do you really think?
You want me to go to the root of it, the real root of it?
Real root, yeah.
And I hope this, I know y'all gonna edit, but I hope this come out. I feel like whatever issues was there with Jay and Dame and Biggs was always there.
Okay. Okay, that wasn't no newfound stuff.
Let me break it down. The biggest, and me and Beans had a conversation about this. Me and Sadiq had a conversation about this.
Right.
Cause and I'm gonna give you the background. Cause one thing about guys from New York, they put their differences aside to get some money.
Good money.
And to do good business.
That's respectable.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. With us, Philly. And we don't like each other, over the issue, we ain't got nowhere. You can't go no further than that.
That's crazy.
And I always say this. I said the biggest issue we got in Philly is that we so busy fighting on Broad Street, we can never make it to Wall Street. Damn. That's the biggest issue. We never get out of this city because we will kill each other before we can make it out and be successful together.
That's crazy.
Ratah dropping bars, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? And that's real because I done argued with Beans.
Right.
Me and Sadiq went through it, and as we look back at it, me and Matt laughed about it.
Right.
Me and Sadiq laughed. Doobie put me and Sadiq together. Me and Sadiq went talk for damn near how long, dude?
10 years.
Dude, like, wait a minute, that's my man. You my man. No, y'all gotta talk. Me and Deke went and ate and laughed about it because at the end of the day, what we really realized, if we came together at that time as a united front, if we could have all put our differences aside,
you on the moon right now.
It would have been a way different story.
Right. So you saying those three guys, you sensed already some discord.
Let me so say this. Speak. On multiple occasions, I remember Dane saying to jokingly but seriously saying, "Man, y'all niggas from Brooklyn, y'all don't get no fucking money. Y'all snatch change and stab niggas."
They used to take shots.
You understand?
Like
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Dane to talk his shit, but on some real shit, I think Jay remembers all that type of little stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That stuff a guy will put in their pocket.
And you gotta remember, allegedly, got stabbed by one of them from Brooklyn.
Right.
Allegedly. But you gotta really think about that,
all
right?
That stuff.
And And I don't think that's true. I got some cool ass, thorough ass niggas from Brooklyn.
Right.
Shout out to Mano. My nigga 80. Like those are they Brooklyn niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like
that's just their in-house.
Yeah. But I'm saying like I don't know the inner workings of New York, but I'm saying I remember stuff like that.
You heard that.
You understand where I'm coming from? And I also remember too, Jay told us early, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. Right? So Jay was always looking at it. Jay always wanted to evolve from being an artist. He was always looking past that shit. He knew one day me rapping, being that guy, like, I'm gonna keep on. And Dame was kind of more in the fame. Dame was like almost, if you look at it, it's like Jay was coming over to the CEO side. Dame was coming over to the artist side, doing all this shit in videos, getting on the ground, all this shit. The paparazzi page.
He got caught in the mix.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know, I'm gonna say this if I could interject, right? Yeah. You see that happen a lot. What I think happens is a guy from the street. We always used to sit and watch the music videos, right? And marvel over that. But then before that, the rappers used to watch the street dudes, and they took that life and put it on the screen and exploded it. So I think it's a back and forth as it relates to the influence.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The street dudes was influencing the rappers influencing the street.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
So I think that when a street guy get that opportunity to get in that camera like that and in that type of that limelight, they don't know how to carry it. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. So they get a little bit overindulged in that. And I see what you're saying. You feel me? That's probably what was happening with Dash.
Yeah, so
it's
originally
like from the street.
Yeah, and
but
it's
he
like
was exposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like you got to think about it too. Like Jay, what people can't discredit is that Jay-Z and Damon Dash need each other, and the same with Kareem Biggs.
Yeah.
Because there was a time, and this is a fact, and if you ask Damon, Jay, they would tell you this, and Biggs, there was a time, right, where Jay-Z used to open up for Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls.
Open up for him. Right.
Jay wasn't allowed on the tour bus with him and Puffy. Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and Kareem Biggs used to follow the tour bus in Nissan Pathfinders. You understand what I'm saying?
What's up?
Kareem Biggs was the bread. Let's be honest.
That's what
it wasn't Jay, it wasn't Dame. Kareem Biggs was the bread. So Jay-Z will open up for Biggs, right? For Biggie Smalls, right? And then they would go to the after parties. At the after parties, Kareem Biggs would buy the whole bar out. RocaFella in the building and buy the whole bar out.
Right.
And that was part of them getting on. That was part of their journey.
Yeah,
it wasn't like no Brooklyn love. Like, I'm not saying Big didn't have that for Jay, but you know, Puff did too. I don't know the details, but there was some business involved.
Right.
It was some funds exchange. I'm sure.
Right.
But like I said, they wasn't on that tour bus. They followed the tour bus in Nissan Pathfinders.
Right. Gotcha.
You know, and Dame will tell you that. Jay, they tell you that.
So Big was the bread.
Kareem Biggs.
Yeah, Kareem Biggs.
Right.
Kareem Biggs.
I'm gonna bring you in, dude, because you ain't saying for nothing. Where you think that element started from? I've been seeing you on sets for a while now. You track back as far as you can reminisce. Where do you think that discourse came at?
Like, to be honest, I think the girls, man. I mean, you know, so like history.
Leah and all that.
Yeah, bro.
That,
like,
man.
you know, that.
Dang, I ain't never looked on that angle like that. Them bras, dude, put men topsy-turvy against each other, man.
Yeah.
See,
and like
I often thought that was I don't know the authenticity of them stories, so I never. You know, I look
real.
past that. It's real?
It's real.
Okay.
The ass choke, no joke.
So Man was there first. Jay was there first.
I don't know who was there first, but I know they both was messing with it. So I don't know the.
I thought that was a rumor. To be honest with you, you know, sometimes you don't know what to take and what to leave on this. You know what I mean?
But they ain't the only one though. See what I'm saying? That's how I know it's true.
Right.
That's not the only.
Oh, they done been.
They ain't shot at Beyonce.
They say that.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
What I'm saying?
I never heard that. Now y'all give me some new shit. I ain't never heard that one.
Allegedly.
I was about to say I ain't never heard that one.
Allegedly, I think. You know what I'm talking about?
Background.
That nigga was crazy.
Man, boy, dirty dick, man. Mess with Aaliyah, right? If I'm your man, you my man. You not mess with Aaliyah. No matter who mess with her first. That's your girl first. Why am I going behind you? That's my girl first. Why are you going behind me?
Well,
One or the other. If you ain't my man, you have no respect for me.
I don't. And here's the thing about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know if it was actually a relationship or just a friendship that was already in place. And I'm just being honest with you because I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was a friendship that was already in place and maybe that's how it evolved to something else.
And it's all alleged, man.
Yeah.
We don't know.
But because you know,
we're going on what's
because you know,
presented.
because the thing one, that young, she passed away. So I just want to, obviously be respectful of that.
Right.
But I think, like Doobie said, regardless, and let's just take her out of the equation. I think a lot of that probably does come into play. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And on a lot of levels.
Got you.
On a lot of levels.
Not just where we at.
Yeah, you understand I'm coming from?
Right.
Like where, when you talk about things falling apart. But I think with them specifically, you got to understand too something else about Jay and this is everything I'm giving you is my encounters with him, right? Jay is a sponge.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at a period of time, and I don't know the years, but if you look at a period of time, you might have thought Jay-Z was from Philly.
Yeah.
Because I was told when Jay came to Philly the first time, he was wearing some butt-naked Timbs.
Right.
Right? I wasn't there, but that's what I was told.
Right.
You understand I'm coming from?
Right.
You know how much you wear some butt-nakeds around us. You couldn't do it.
Right.
Philly put Timbs on the World Wide Web, man.
Right.
We did that here.
But think about it. Jay-Z was saying, yeah, I mean, and you gotta understand their perception of Philly.
Right.
Murder, Marcyville.
Hey, I'm gonna say this.
Saying, like, it's,
it's funny you saying that because Memphis Bleak was just recently on Nori and the Drink Champs,
yeah.
right? And he had some sentiments as it relates to that. People saying that, Jay-Z was stealing from like Young Chris or this and that.
Well,
and he had some some things to say.
Well, we'll put it like this.
You know what I mean?
Put it like this. Young Chris is, first of all, Jay kept Chris in that studio for a reason. Chris is talented.
Mm-hmm.
Super duper. Out of all of them,
yeah.
Freeway's the hardest working.
Got you.
And I would tell them all, if I had him, I would tell him, Freeway, to me, that's why he had the run he had the records he had, the features he had. He was the hardest worker out of all of them.
Got you.
Most talented.
You say Chris?
Nah, it's Beans, but
Beans.
But the thing with Beans is Beans had. See, this is what people. All right, so this ain't allegedly. There were songs that Jay was on with Beans and Bleak and people know.
Right.
Jay will go back and do his verse over.
Yeah. Not one take Joe.
Let me say this, and
take Joe.
Listen. Now he is one take though. He don't write shit down.
No, I peeped him good. He ain't kind of watched it.
It's amazing.
No,
and Jay-Z's he's my favorite rapper.
Right.
Like that's I'm not going to deny that.
Right.
But and Jay-Z's still my favorite rapper to this day. I don't know. Big Daddy Kane might got him. I don't know. And Big L. I don't know. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Got you.
Big L, Kane.
We gonna get to that.
That's a whole nother thing. But there was a time, and people might get mad at me for this. There was a time, a brief moment in time, where me personally, I thought Beanie Siegel was better than Jay-Z.
I think a lot of people was assessing that at the time.
But I'm gonna tell you what happened. You gotta understand, like I said, he's a sponge. One thing about Jay-Z, he's gonna constantly reinvent himself. And Beans never did that. Maybe once, maybe from album 1 to album 2. And then when Beans was recreating himself, I gave
yeah.
I agree with that.
See, Jay, if you listen to it's all growth. Listen to what he talking about, how he talking, how he rapping.
It's like an elevation.
He continued to evolve. Mac got to a point and got stuck. Got stagnated. He was still great, but he didn't evolve. Jay constantly evolved. Right? And that was the only, to me, and what happened was, like, Mac got to a point, and at that point where I feel like where Mac was getting out on him, you know what I'm saying? But Mac was still here. Mac was still here.
Box, Jay can't out-rap.
No, Mac is
inside that box.
Beanie Siegel, he a different.
He can't out-rap Hov. I mean, Hov can't out-rap Max inside that box. That's why Hov slipped outside that box.
It becomes the content and the subject matter.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because and now, because Jay been exposed to more.
Rap, that cocaine cowboy rap.
Yeah.
Corner boy pain rap.
He can't touch Mac.
Hov can't fuck with Mac with that.
No, he can't touch Mac. But that's what I'm saying.
Outside that box, Hov start talking about girls.
Yeah.
Start talking about money.
But Mac
can't go.
Now this is the other part, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like this. Mac had a chance. I feel like Mac had a chance to really bend that corner. And I've told the story before.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Because I remember I was driving around, the circle, City Hall.
Right.
And SEPTA got the bus backs that they advertised on the back of.
Mac was on there, I remember.
And I remember Beans was on there, right? I'm like, damn, that's what's up. And the radio came on, exclusive, H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. I'm like, damn.
In the middle of that.
Why would Jay drop that record in the middle of Beans shit?
Why he running, right?
Because now what happens is, y'all gotta understand, there's two sides of it.
Good.
Not only do the people fucking forget, because y'all looking at what's coming out of RocaFella, what's hot. So Jay, he the guy.
Right.
So now everybody want Jay shit. But not only is it just the people, it's the radio. Right. The radio shift their agenda, shift their playlist.
Yep, that's what happens. Yep.
That space that could have been more Mac. Now Jaden got it.
That's a political. That's a deliberate. I don't know. In my opinion, that was a deliberate political move.
Yeah,
it sounds like.
I feel like I don't know the months of how it went, but I know Beans was hot. Beanie. See, was the name that they did. Then they dropped that. It's like nobody want to hear Bean shit.
Right. Because he's spitting his name, Beanie, so I'm going to spit mine.
I couldn't face it. And you know what? I didn't even look at it that way.
No, that's how I peeped it.
I just looked at it, why would you drop a hit record, a big record like that, while Mac was heating up?
Right, he just started.
Mac wasn't at the end of it. He was heating up. Yeah. And now let's rewind. Mac was evolving.
Right.
You understand?
So we really got the answer to that question.
And to me, I feel like once that happened, it stopped.
Stop this growth.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the answer. You know what I'm saying? That's the answer to why.
Yeah.
He didn't want that guy to supersede him.
Because from there, from there on, if y'all think about it, in terms of the music being put out, now Mac had some legal issues, some other things. Mac always was behind Jay. Jay was changing clothes. He was doing this. He was doing that.
That's what I'm going to say.
He dropped a single or something out every time somebody's album come out.
I don't know. I just remember that one. That shit hurt my feelings. I'm like looking at the bus like, damn, Mac made it. Like Mac really got the joint.
Wow, that's popping.
And I heard H to the Izzo, and I ain't going from. I turned that shit all the way up. That shit was hot. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It was a record. maybe that's why they ain't sit on it, because it was such a, you know what I'm saying? It was a hot record.
But see, Jay-Z could have did that at any time. See, this is the thing, right? This is how I'm looking at it, right? Mm-hmm. Man, you already, you're at the top of the food. You the head honch there. Everybody know that. I think everybody give you that space and everything. So don't exploit it. Don't flex it. Let your artists get off. It's gonna be a win-win. You still gonna be whole, but they gonna win too. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. I wouldn't do it like that. Me knowing me being in the space, if I was him, I would let them get off. And I would gloat off for them getting off. They my folks. And I'ma still get off. I'ma still do Hov. You get what I'm saying? That ain't gonna stop me from doing Hov. Mm-hmm. So I think, and like I said, it's open for opinion. My opinion, look, if we look at it like that, is that some people don't like others to outshine them, dog. It's just simple as that. I gotta get the top shine.
I feel like I'm saying? I feel like, so part of me when it comes to Jay, it's things that I look at and like, damn. But part of me also understand, right? Because I'm gonna give you this perspective. One, you gotta understand. Everybody that's running around saying Jay-Z is the best, Jay-Z is the best, didn't want to sign Jay-Z.
Right.
Look at Reasonable Doubt. That wasn't a Def Jam album. That wasn't.
Oh, that was their only.
Man, Kevin Lyles, Leo, they all those people, Craig, they wasn't fucking with Jay-Z.
They doubled back.
So that's why I said Jay and Dame need each other, because the labels wasn't fucking with Jay, and Dame was like, no, this Jay is shit. Fuck out of here.
Right.
They needed each other, bro. Right. There would be no Jay-Z without Dame and Dash. And there'd be no Dame and Dash without Jay-Z. There'd be no Kanye West without Dame and Dash. Right. Jay didn't want to sign Kanye West.
Yup. We gotta get to the
Jay didn't want to sign Kanye West. Dame did that.
You get to the point, right?
Dame did. I watched the MTV special with Dame in the Rockaway office, and like, I ain't going from me and Dame ain't always get along, but that was the time I actually felt bad, because I know he was the one that pushed Kanye to get it signed.
Right.
And if you look at that MTV interview and they asked Kanye, if you look at the archive, they asked Kanye why he went with Jay versus, because they split.
Right.
Why he went with Jay versus Dame, and like, it was a business decision. Damn. Why you think Kanye and Dame is close to this day?
They tight. Because he give him that.
He was the one. He said,
I seen him say that this the one believed in me.
Yeah, he the one, bro. Kanye was making beats. He was a producer.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So Kanye and Just Blaze, like Kanye and Just Blaze was neck and neck.
Right. Right. Cuz then you've been to the luncheon, right?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? Is it all they say it is, man?
Well,
the Jay-Z brunch joint.
You know what's funny? I probably wouldn't have went to lunch if it wasn't for Doobie and Jalil. Just being honest with you.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Cause it's weird. It's a unique relationship, because I always say this. Doob and Ja, they knew they knew people at Roc Nation.
Gotcha.
I ain't really know nobody at Roc Nation. You gotta think about it. But everybody that was from RocaFella, Sherry Bryant, who's the president of Roc Nation, I've been knew her.
Right.
Des Perez,
right.
I knew her when she had nothing to do with RocaFella. Her and Wine had Baseline Studio. OG Wine, Ty.
All of them you knew.
You know what I'm saying? Right. McNeely when he was around. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Jay Brown.
Right.
And I remember like yesterday, I remember we were going to the office, me and Dude went in, and I seen Jay Brown. Jay Brown ain't no hair. Jay's like, damn, wow, you still got all your hair, man. Yeah, like, damn, it's a miracle. and it was crazy because it was a discrepancy at that time with the Roc Nation brunch tickets. Remember, they had got mailed out, something like that. He's like, no. He's like, hook him up. That's my man. Hook him up.
Right, they got.
You know what I'm saying? Now Jay and Doobie had their own relationship.
Right.
But my relationship go back to 99, 2000.
Right.
Doobie's relationship with Jay Brown, 2015, 16?
Early.
You know what I mean? So it was different types of relationships.
Gotcha.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Right.
So I think like when we got together, it kind of was like a good balance in that perspective.
Right.
But if it wasn't for Doobie specifically, I'm not even interested in music no more. Care less.
Right, gotcha.
He'll tell you I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really want too much to.
So dude kept you in with the music.
Yeah, like other than that, I wasn't interested. It was like, for me, it was like, and don't get me wrong, it had nothing to do with Rock Nation per se or whatever the case may be, but it was kind of like,
right,
I ain't really, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Doobie and Ja, you know what I'm saying, really gave me a second wind of,
right,
like,
the music.
It made sense. Other than that, it's not making sense to me.
Gotcha.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Right.
I don't want no parts with it. I ain't touching it.
And because you done been there, you had your experiences and stuff.
And I looked at them dudes a lot different. Like, I wasn't, like, I from a business perspective, I learned a lot. And the lessons I learned was like on site, and the level of trust.
All that.
You
stuff.
understand what I'm saying?
You don't want to.
And part of it
some
too,
of that stuff money can't compensate for.
And part of it too was honestly, like, I felt like Doobie was definitely more like, Doobie was way more business savvy than I was in
the music
2000.
Oh, just period. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When I came and started managing the artists,
some tools.
I was learning while I was in there. I feel like Doobie like understood business, understood more about music coming in. So I'm learning from them guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to swing it to Doobie real quick.
Right? If that's the case, right? Let me wind the hands time back a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I asked you before when you think that evolution started, but where you think the hip hop thing started for you, then to gather up the Rock Nation. I got a part 2 question. To gather you the energy to step you up to Rock Nation, right? It's a sidebar question, but I knew I seen your face that. Was you out in California recently?
No.
No, never been out California?
Yeah.
Was you out there in 54, 4 years ago, 18? 2018? That's why I seen you.
Yes, sir.
That's why I see your face at. I'm bringing this beat back to you. I'm bringing the whole beat back to you. Ritz Carlton Hotel.
Yeah.
Do Rock Nation got an office or some kind of style in Ritz Carlton?
Yeah.
Out Beverly Hills, right?
Yes.
See you in the elevator, me and my wife, man.
Okay.
Yep. It was like 4 y'all at work.
Okay.
Me and my wife on the elevator on the the 15th floor. No. Y'all had to come down over top of the 15th floor. Me and my wife was on the 15th floor. Y'all must have been on the 17th, 18th, 19th floor, something like that. But that's man. I remember.
I wanted to put some focus on Dude. Right. What actually do you do, or do you wear number hats like this guy here?
Yeah.
What's your what we'll say in Arabic, takassus? What's your specialty?
You might have to go back though.
Yeah,
you might want to know because he got a. I mean, I ain't gonna put him on the spot.
Give me a little bit of your roller.
Because he's modest. Doobie, Doobie quiet assassin boy. So you gotta go back to understand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah.
What started your introduction into the industries and everything? You're building relationships and what have you, and got you to where you are now.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'll bring everything back around full circle, and I'm gonna get the pure too.
Got you.
When I bring everything around, but like growing up South Philly, you know what I'm saying, 20 from more, you know what I'm saying, all my life. You know what I'm saying, all my life. So, back when the RocaFella days, you know what I'm saying,
right.
I was standing on the corner just watching beans drop.
Right.
All that, you know what I'm saying? And so the stories that Beans was telling,
you right around the corner.
I'm living it. Like I'm playing ball in McDaniels every single day.
Gotcha.
But you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't into the streets, but I was playing ball.
Right.
And by default, McDaniels is right there.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Basketball, everybody played the streets and played
McDaniels,
ball.
right.
Everybody was there. So just seeing that, but just getting from from the sporting aspect of it, I really, gained the knowledge around the business of sports.
Gotcha.
And from there, I went on to Cheney. I went on to graduate from Cheney and then work on at the Philadelphia Nursing Home as an accountant.
Gotcha.
So I was there for probably like 4 years or so, and I realized, I said, I gotta start my entrepreneur stuff. Like I love sports. Like at the time I was coaching, I believe at South Lehigh.
South Lehigh.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, like I had all the young boys, like that was playing ball. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the summertime, like I would win chips, down shoes.
Right, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
getting
like,
all your accolades and stuff. Right.
But however, I stepped it up to a standpoint where as though like I started being around those that were really good in basketball and that were taking their games to the next level.
Gotcha.
So then, I started in the sports and entertainment world. I worked with a company called SEFG.
Okay.
That's Sean G, who's the president of Live Nation Urban now, and also my mentor Charles Harris.
Gotcha.
Charles Tank Harris had a boatload just of NFL talent and also NBA talent.
Okay.
And he was doing the business management for them. So by default, by me started working there at SCFG, I got the best of both worlds, from the sporting side and also the entertainment side.
Got you.
From the sporting side, we had everybody from Temple, from the Lynn Greers, the Marty Collins, Iguodala, right? At the time, at the time, 07, I believe that Mustafah Shakur was on.
Okay.
Like our roster. So from there, it was just like, wow, like this is what I'm destined to do. I had stopped working at the Philadelphia Nursing Home.
Now you looking forward to it now.
And then I'm like, wow, I'm in it. So at the time on the entertainment side, what SEFG had was they were doing all of the touring budgets for Drake, Kanye, the whole Young
They had that on lock.
Yeah, so Jill Scott, the Roots.
Right.
And back in 07, 08, I was right there when they formalized the first Roots picnic. So like my office was right there, and we was formalizing the first Roots picnic.
Everything Damien like you see everything that
I'm saying
everything.
Everything. So like that's where I got that foundation from. Around that time, I had started working with Charlie Mack and Phil, like Farrakhan Phil. And so at the time, being around Charlie Mack and Phil, like they were together every day.
Right.
So like I would be with them every day.
Okay.
At the time, Phil's son Sutan was actually playing ball, and I was coaching him. At the time.
Yeah.
So I got that down pat. Then Charlie Mack, if y'all can remember, Charlie Mack had celebrity basketball games back in the day. Right. So that was me putting together all this Charlie Mack celebrity basketball games. Like
that was you behind the scenes.
That was me. That was me. You know
what
I'm saying? Like it was the McGonigal Hall, it was the St. Joe's, all that. So like I would get the NBA talent, and like I would get just all the talent. It was Kevin Hart, Gillie back then. Like I would, I would be the one.
You was the one, right? Putting that together.
From there, like just being around Charlie Mack and Phil, I gained the relationship with a young Meek Mill and a young Jalil Beats. And, that's how the introduction started.
Okay.
And when Charlie, Meek Mill, and Jalil, like Charlie Mack was managing Jalil and Meek at the time.
Gotcha.
When they went their own separate ways, like I stepped up and, I started being around those two.
Gotcha.
Like I got Charlie's blessings, and that's when... Right, exactly, and that's when I started, like managing Jalil full time.
Good money.
And it was a learning process, but like we made it do what it do.
Right,
like,
and y'all doing it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all doing it. That's a good one.
Yes, sir.
If anybody don't know, you talking about Jalil Beats.
Yes, sir.
Big time. Jalil from out Chester, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So yeah, man, like that's my brother.
Good
at
money.
the time.
How much sporting stores?
Huh?
How much sports fair is still going?
Okay, that's the sneaker store, right? So
that's y'all, right?
Yes.
That's y'all venture, yeah.
So like managing Jalil, then I knew of Ratah from another South Philly guy down South Philly named Mark. Mark Madness, right?
Okay.
Mark Madness was doing his thing back then.
7th Street.
Yeah. Right. So then I believe that Mark had a studio down on Penn's Landing.
Delaware Avenue. Yeah,
right.
good money.
So then like Ratah came through and I was just sitting in the office and you know, I heard of Ratah, I knew of Ratah, but like we was, you know what I'm saying, like it was just a high and by thing. It wasn't oh no. And then like, he came to the studio that day. I don't know what you and Mark had going on, but you know, it was. I can only imagine. Mark Madness.
What did y'all talking about?
Yeah, I'm saying, so I can only imagine what y'all had going on, but you know me.
Was Ab around there? Was Ab around?
Ab was
around. Was he working at Ab?
Mark had Ab and his man come down to the studio.
Yeah, I remember that day. It was kind of, I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
His man, like they was down there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I don't know whether or not, I don't know, but yes. So
that whole situation. Yeah. That's crazy.
All good though, like all good. Like Ab was, you know what I'm saying? Ab was doing his thing at the time and just trying to figure it out, but just So you know, a few months later passed, and you know, I had reached back out to Ratah, or Ratah reached back out to me because he had an opportunity for Jalil in Detroit.
Gotcha.
And it was at the time when Charlie had a situation out in Detroit, a musical situation out in Detroit.
Good morning.
Baltimore. Yes. Yeah. You know, so Rock called was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I got a couple of dollars for Jalil. Woo.
Yeah, let's do it, right.
So bang. So, you know, like they flew us out. You know what I'm saying? Like Ratah, you know what I'm saying, he like coordinated everything. They flew us out. And you know, like Charlie, you know what I'm saying, Charlie was there. So like Charlie, like she made me and John feel like we was home.
Good money.
And from there, like, you know, everything went straight. You know what I'm saying? Like we met some real people out in Detroit too. Like it was real.
Yeah.
You know, like, it was my first time out there, so I didn't know what to expect.
Detroit is different.
It's different.
I hear a lot about the D, man. A lot of good things.
Like Midwest.
They like
Detroit.
Well, you know, they like now. If you listening to music,
that's Eminem, Big Sean. There's so much talent out of there.
Trick.
The youngins. What's the youngin?
T Grizzly.
T Grizzly from it.
There's another.
What's the light skin? Visit. Whatst the boy name?
Icewear Vizzo.
All them dudes from out there, right?
Well, it's crazy because when they went out there, Veza was on the person who did the joint with them. They Veza was on that label.
Oh yeah.
Veza, Cashed Out, and Charlie Baltimore.
Cashed Out from there too.
Cashed Out
got a lot of talent.
Cashed Out, Icewear Veza,
right,
and Charlie Baltimore was all on the same label. They was all on the same label.
Good money.
Yeah, it was.
Charlie Baltimore still doing that thing.
Charlie is.
I just seen on Vlad.
She not. You know, one thing, I don't know exactly what Charlie's doing right now, but I don't know if she really, music-wise, I know last time I talked,
I was trying to get her to swap, too, on the podcast.
She's more focused on, like, you know, her daughters. Okay. And whatever their careers are.
Okay,
Charlie, they doing something. Come on to the point. See, baby.
Charlie, well, I'm going to let you finish with Doobie. Charlie's talented. It's something, and it's something that probably needs to be said that people don't realize. That's gonna make it make sense of how talented she is. But finish Duke's story, and then we talk about Charlie.
So Detroit, like when me and Jalil got back from Detroit, you know, like called up Ra, was like, yo, Ra, like you been around, like we're with Rock Nation now, like you've been around,
right?
Yo, like just, you know what I'm saying, like talk to me, and you know, like we met up, and like Ratah got a lot of ties out Chester, like so he was like, yo, you know, like I'm familiar with Chester, and so we all three just got together, and like one day, like Jalil was like, "Yo, I want to show y'all some buildings, like this downtown area." Mm-hmm. So we went downtown, and like it was like a diminished area, bro. It was just like, you know.
Yeah, we be through that Chester, so we know.
Right. Yeah, second third. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like the Overtown section, like so, like their downtown section. Yeah. It was like under the
real desolate.
Right. Yeah. So we had an idea about placing a couple stores or nightclubs or whatever.
We was all over. We was on bowling alleys.
Yeah, like
movie theater.
all over the place.
Remember we gonna do a skating
I'll
rink.
give it 5 more years, man. Chester gonna be 10 at the most. Chester gonna be up.
You know what's crazy. And this is probably important to say. And just being truthful, like right now, from a business standpoint, we probably at the end of me, Doob, and Ja are at the end of like bringing closure to what we did out Chester.
Gotcha.
But I'm gonna keep it a bean. I thought about it the other day. The three of us, right, wrong, and different, we accomplished a lot, man.
Good money.
We accomplished like on some real shit. Like if you really think about it, bro. Everybody counted us out.
My head off to that shit.
Everybody counted us out. Everybody thought we was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Especially me and Duke, because they like, why is y'all going out Chester? Josh from there, so it's a little different.
Right.
They like, why y'all investing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to ask while we on that, right? Because I heard him say, I'll give it 5 years, I'll give it 10 years, right?
We've been out there 8 years.
No, Pete, what I'm getting ready to say, Ratah, watch this. Mm-hmm. I myself been hearing that for the past 20 years.
Well, let me
that same thing.
Well, let me
for number 5 years. Is
let me give you.
So I want to know what is the hindrance.
Let me give you facts.
Right.
The first building we got, we paid $30,000 for.
Okay.
That building is worth $1.8 million.
Right now.
This is a fact. This ain't like facts.
Right. 30,000. What?
1.8. Now
what kind of flip is
now we put we put over a million.
600%.
Yeah, we put over $1 million into the joint, more than $1 million.
Got you.
You know that's where I'm coming from. So I'm saying that to say that our concept from Chester came from this. You gotta understand something.
Mm-hmm.
Beans, find a quiet town and tie it down.
Yeah, there you go.
There
you go.
And I'm gonna give you one more from the whole Rock Nation RocaFella experience. Right? I'm gonna give you the analogy.
Yeah.
Jay-Z owned the Brooklyn Nets. The whole hood. Jay owned the Nets. Jay owned, I think, 1/10 of 1%. 1/10 of 1%.
1/10 of 1%.
Damn.
Something real small, right? The guy that owned the Nets was a guy named Bruce Ratner. Bruce Ratner is a New York real estate developer.
Gotcha.
Jay-Z got a song called "The Story of OJ."
Yeah, Story of OJ.
And he talk about Dumbo. I forgot the exact line. No, Dumbo's a part of Brooklyn, right under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Gotcha.
It was all messed up. But the guy that owns the Brooklyn Nets gave him an opportunity to own part of the real estate side.
Right.
Now you look at when Jay-Z cashed out, made a couple $1 million.
Right.
Look at when Bruce Ratner cashed out. Bruce Ratner never was in Brooklyn for the basketball team.
It was the real
Bruce Ratner was in Brooklyn for the real estate.
Ooh.
He was never there for the stadium. He was there for the land around the stadium.
Ooh.
And Jay-Z told you, Jay told you, if y'all can edit and add the story of OJ and add his verse and show the words, look what he say about Dumbo. He called himself a dummy for not jumping on the real estate.
Right.
So one of the reasons myself and Doobie and Jalil did the Chester thing, because Chester has a soccer stadium out there.
Right there.
The guys that own the soccer stadium are New York City real estate developers.
So they smelling something.
They're not in Chester for the damn soccer team.
Yeah. No.
What people don't realize is when we got to Chester and decided to make a move in real estate, myself, Doobie, and Jalil had the opportunity to buy 1% of the soccer team.
Facts.
Yeah.
We had the opportunity to buy 1% of the soccer team, right? And this is the truth.
Why y'all turn that down?
Because we wasn't liquid enough.
Gotcha.
And they were hemorrhaging money.
Okay.
So when you buy into something and something's not profitable, and you're an owner,
it's hemorrhaging money.
Every year you have something called a capital call. And we were smart enough, the three of us, to know that we couldn't keep up with the billionaires.
Yeah, with that capital.
Because if they lose X amount, let's say they lose 10 million. I don't know what the number is. Let's say they lose 10 million. if they lose 10 million
They got
and they go to
compensated.
all 10 of the owners to put up $1 million apiece, and we ain't got our $1 million,
Right.
then you got yours and you cover ours, you dilute us.
Right. Now your 1% goes to right.
And we knew that we weren't in a position financially to keep up
Gotcha.
with that. But a lot of people don't know that we before Kevin Durant, before any of the
opportunity
people,
was there for y'all.
yeah, we was gonna put a studio in a soccer stadium,
Sweet.
in a suite.
That would have been crazy.
So a lot of people don't know that, but it's like what I'm saying is the soccer team that's in Chester, they're doing well now, they're doing good. But one of the things that they're also doing, people don't realize, they're not just selling out tickets to games. They buying all the land around the stadium to do a big development. They're not in Chester for soccer.
Right.
They're in Chester. Chester is a waterfront city.
Yeah.
Right, just like Philadelphia and
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go in Chester and go up to go in a 3-story, 4-story building, and you can see the waterfront in Philly, the waterfront in Delaware, and the waterfront in Jersey.
Right, you see all that.
Chester's 5 minutes from Jersey, because you can go over to what's that? The
Betsy Ross.
Commodore Barry.
Yeah, Commodore Barry. That's what I
Right
was
there,
gonna say.
5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
You go down 95, 5-10 minutes, or you can go down 9th Street. You in Delaware.
Right,
You go down 291, 10 minutes. You at the Philadelphia International Airport.
right, right.
You understand?
So my question
All
still,
angles, right?
my question still,
And Chester.
Chester for all angles.
Chester
my
can be
question
everything.
still stands, right? Why is this seeming like it's so prolonged?
You know why?
The development of it.
You know why?
with all this potential.
One major investor. That's what I mean.
What?
One major investor.
Let's
just say they
let's
got
go
one.
where we from.
Right.
South Philly. When you in it, when you live someplace, or you've been in a neighborhood, you can't see beyond what you know.
Gotcha.
Think about it. We could talk about down Fifth Street. We could talk up your way.
It
don't smack you into the face. You see a white girl in spandex jogging down the street in the pool. Like, what the fuck she doing down here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. That's when it comes to
You
fruition.
get-
Right.
How would we ever think the projects or any of our neighborhoods, the houses would be $500,000, $750,000, or $1 million?
Right.
The four of us right here, right? I'm gonna ask y'all a real question. Did any of y'all see the houses in our neighborhood being worth $500,000? Raise your hand if you did.
I didn't. Be honest with you. I
Raise your hand if you did.
I would lie to say I.
No, I'm lying. Not down.
I'm talking about.
In South Philly, yeah, I did.
I'm talking about growing up.
But you
though.
didn't see.
I'm
That's
talking
what
about
I'm saying.
growing up.
You didn't
I'm
see
talking
it
about
till you saw it.
You didn't see it till it was too late.
Till you saw it. Till they
That's what I'm
started
trying to
doing
say.
it. Right.
We didn't predict it.
Right. We ain't predict.
There's people buying properties in Chester right now and they hold them. They've been holding for 20 or 30 years. If you look up the deeds and the people that own Chester, they in New York, they in Jersey, they in Delaware, they in Philly.
Don't
They
live
all
in it. Right.
They waiting. See,
So it's a weight game.
See, real estate development is about waiting,
Right.
and you gotta be able to afford to wait. You gotta be able to afford to hold.
Gotcha.
I'll give you another example. Now we all gonna raise hands. How many of us at this table know people in South Philly that lost houses to taxes? So and so getting high. Somebody died.
Yeah.
Keep your hand ready, right? Am I right? Right? You're right.
What's up?
You're right, Rob.
Let's be real.
Yep.
And now what? Damn, I remember Mr. Sam in them house. Dang.
Yep.
She was getting high. She ain't paying tax. She owed $18,000. That joint worth $700,000.
Right
You know
now.
what I'm doing, right? I had a chance of getting the spot out Chester. I kicked myself in the ass every time about the big house. It was right on the borderline of Chester. It was one block from Chester. Next block was Brookhaven.
Yeah.
So I'm in a
Upland, you in upland.
good joint,
Yeah.
right? Clean, big 3-story house, right? All that joint is humongous, right? Less than $30,000. Less than $30,000. But the catch was the basement had about, I'm gonna say, 3 feet of flooded water.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that bad. but the whole back of the house had water damage. So I had to get the whole back took off, and it had been working, but at the time I wasn't financially to go in.
Well, you got to
build it back.
Yeah, you got it, and that's the thing. You got to really have a lot of money to hold. You got to be willing to be we've been at a loss the whole time we've been out there. A lot of people see a lot of good things, but they don't know
in the behind.
They don't know the behind the scenes. And like I said, like that journey's coming to an end. But to be honest with you,
the potential is there. It's the weight gain.
I'm extremely proud of what we did accomplish.
Yeah.
There's some good brothers from Chester that's out there doing some things outside of what we were doing.
Oh, okay.
There's some good people. To be honest with you, some of them was there before us. Like truth be told, it didn't start with us.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't start with us. You know, there's a lot of good people in Chester doing some things.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's just one of those things where and this happens in Philly all the time. It's happening in Chester now. It's happening everywhere.
Right.
If us as people, especially as black men, can find a way to put our differences aside, and this goes back to even what I tell you about guys from New York and Dame J. I'm bringing it back all together.
Right.
Dame J and Biggs put everything aside. They made history, man. They made history. And it goes back to what I say again. Sometimes we're so busy fighting on Broad Street, we can never make it to Wall Street.
I better take that.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's guys out there, bro. See, there's guys out there with blank checkbooks. I'll go buy a whole city. But you know what? A lot of people couldn't do that. Myself, Doobie, and Jalil did. They couldn't get DTLR Sneakerville to come there. Sneakerville looked at Chester 5 times and said no. It didn't make sense until we made it make sense.
Wow.
The 3 of us. Yeah. That's a fact.
And that joint stamped there right now.
They did all the analytics. They ran all the numbers, and they said we cannot have a successful business in Chester. The algorithm that the experts have, we proved wrong from the rip.
See that?
From the rip.
Good money, Rob.
From the rip. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Good money.
From the rip. They told us we would be a D-level store. It's not a D-level store. That's a B, borderline A, B-level store.
Good money.
There's times Chester. Remember all the stores got ransacked and people couldn't. You remember all the looting?
Yeah, the looting.
We ain't get looted.
See?
I ain't gonna lie. We spent the night on that joint.
Right.
But I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Y'all stick to that.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. And you know, I got respect and love for the people from Chester that did come out. But South Philly was out there riding for us.
Good money.
Spending the night sleeping behind trash cans.
Good money.
Wasn't nobody stealing nothing from us.
Good money.
North Philly, South. We had a mix of everybody.
Good money.
But Chester was out. People from Chester was out there too. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But what I'm saying was, we proved the concept that if you from a community, you from a neighborhood, and you're invested.
Right.
We got different rules.
Right.
They ran up in Center City store. They ran up in all the malls.
Right.
They wasn't running up in our joints.
Right.
Got you. That's good.
I mean, there's a couple drive-bys thinking about it. You know where I'm coming from?
I want to push the envelope a little further and close out. Two things I want to cover. You were saying something about Charlie Baltimore and her talent.
I got to talk about
Elaborate on that for us, and then I want to go to the pure.
So what most people don't realize, people say, oh, Charlie was cute and so-and-so write her raps and blah, 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 blah. Charlie Baltimore, when it comes to rapping, is a fucking beast. And I'm gonna give it to you like this. She got a name from Big.
Right. Big, give her that name.
Gave her name, right? There was a time where her and Jay-Z were very close. Right. Super close.
Super close.
Right?
Right.
So Charlie Baltimore learned how to rap from Biggie Smalls
top dogs.
Fucking Jay-Z.
Two top dogs.
Are you shitting me?
Right.
Like, no, I'm just keeping it being.
Not be talented.
She's a fucking beast. I seen her. And I'm not saying because like me and her is close, that's my sister, or whatever the case may be. That motherfucker can really go. You know what I'm saying? Tell me you learn from Biggie Smalls, you learn from Jay-Z, and you shitty?
It can't be.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, they don't come together.
I know. And she's from Philly.
Right. How about that? Well, you got to put that.
And she got that swag. She got that charisma. She can really rap. Cause look, when I'm with the man Charlie, right? I never forget. We went to the Chart House out in like Jersey City somewhere, right? And she asked. So we had like a real blunt conversation. Like we hit it off from the rip,
right?
And I remember asking her. We cleared the air on two things,
right?
Mm-hmm. The one thing you cleared on was like, yo, I really want to be a manager. I ain't one of them guys that I'm gonna say I'm gonna manage you, that I'm gonna try to crack a hot. Like I'm not on that.
No,
I'm not on that.
To the side.
I think you attractive. I think you're beautiful.
But I'm not on
you talented. But I ain't like that. We ain't on that. Right. So let's clear the air so there's no hitting agendas.
Good
you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why we got along, because she respected me doing that.
Right.
But also, I asked her, I like, do you write your own? She's like, yeah. Like, yeah, nigga, like, yeah, I write my own shit.
You don't disrespect.
You know what I'm saying? and then I seen her in action. And then what really impressed me one time, we was in Miami, and she had did a song with Lil Wayne. And you know, her and Wayne, and like they tight, like, you know, Wayne got a lot of respect for her. Wayne came, but I just seen how. Cause Wayne can, Wayne he can rap, right? But I seen how he respected her penmanship. I see how Wayne respected what she did.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's the hell of a person to have somebody respect like your craft. It wasn't like Wayne did his verse just because they was close. That was part of it. Right. There wasn't no money involved. Right. But he actually respected what she did. Right. And that let me know I wasn't tripping. Yeah, good. It wasn't like I needed him to confirm it. It just reassured me, nigga, like, right, you ain't tripping. Like, she really is fucking good.
She could go.
Yeah. The only reason
Shout out Charlie Baltimore.
The only reason Charlie never came out is because in my opinion, no, I think on some real shit, she's an attractive girl, and I think niggas couldn't get past.
Exploit that.
I think niggas couldn't get past.
She wouldn't allow that,
cause she wasn't going for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Charlie, like, she's a female, but she a nigga. Like, whatever line is gonna be drawn, she's gonna draw the fucking line. Right. She is like, it ain't, that shit ain't sweet.
She like you, basically.
Yeah, they would. I don't know, like all the rumors of who she did. It's cat. Let me tell you this. There's a lot of niggas that didn't, that wish they fucking could. Right. You understand where I'm coming from? Right. And probably niggas that don't say they didn't because motherfuckers might assume that they did, but they really didn't.
And they leave it in the air.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, got you.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand, you don't go from Biggie, Jay-Z, and Birdman to no regular motherfucker. How?
Oh, she went to fussy.
You understand? You can't. But let's keep it a beam. But fussy was no regular motherfucker there.
That's what I'm saying.
You understand where I'm coming from?
I said that.
Let's clear the air. It's a lot of niggas that ain't had more paper than that man at that time. Right. That was in the rap game. They couldn't touch that man.
Fussy. Without putting not.
No.
This is just some real shit. This ain't a les, but it's not. Some people may take this. That's a young buck of mine. I watched Fussy grow up. Yeah. He from my neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I knew Fussy like this. Yeah. And you know, when his name start being in lights and stuff, you know how I go. Like, I mean,
she you know what I mean? One thing about her, right? And this should go on the record. Like I said, you don't go from Biggie Smalls to, let's go wide. You don't go from Lance Unrevere to Biggie, and I'm not trying to play her, I'm just being honest.
No, you talking about level.
You don't go from Lance Unrevere to Biggie Smalls to Jay-Z to Birdman to fucking Billy Bob off the block.
It won't happen.
She used to some different shit.
Right.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah. And she ain't.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, Jay-Z lived in a joint in fucking Teaneck where you went up to the top floor to get to the luxury apartment. You went down after you went up. Like she not no regular motherfucker. You understand where I'm coming from?
About the book deal.
Yeah.
You went to the top floor. You had this motherfucking.
This type shit I'm trying to experience in my life, yo.
I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Downstairs.
So
Yeah, I want to go up and go down.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna let, and like I said, motherfucker might say ride by because that's his sister, but I'm just keeping it real.
Putting it on record.
She not, y'all gotta understand the level of mentally she at, if she is dealing with a nigga. She's not going backwards.
Nigga, no.
You understand where I'm coming from? Like, you gotta be, so it'd be like the roommate, oh, she was like, nah, doubt it.
Niggas capping, yeah.
Nah, doubt
They
it.
capping.
Like, and I'm not gonna get into no details, but she we had a book deal on the table before a lot of people with Simon and Schuster.
Okay.
And to show you how real, how where she at, she didn't do it because see her purpose, I never forget, the only reason she was going to even do a book was not to expose any of her relationships or situations.
Right.
It was to expose what didn't happen.
She could have went with it.
Clarify.
You know, you got, and I'm not gonna get no name, but you got top niggas that wanted to marry her.
Right. And she shot him down.
She allegedly, you know, somebody got, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
Right. Right. Got you. Allegedly.
Allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Over
the
her.
word for the day.
I don't know if it's true. I'm just
No, the word for the day is allegedly.
I'm just
You gonna
saying.
come up?
I'm just saying. So when people talk about her, I just feel like one, she's solid because her other thing was I'm not talking about folks in books at that time. So I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Right.
Out of respect for herself.
So she just ain't take the deal.
No, and it would have been a very lucrative situation. She's a solid individual.
Solid.
That's just who she is.
Yeah.
But I just always try
Money
to
don't dictate.
I just try to always break down the levels of things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Wayne called her Ma because you know her and Baby and Wayne called Baby Pa. So I'm just giving you the, you know what I'm coming from?
Right.
So the type of nigga she had relations. Like I said, you ain't going from your Biggies, your Jay-Z's, your Uns, and your Birdmans to fucking
Joe Blizzo.
Joe Blizzo.
Right. Get the
Because she used to a different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So
Charlie Baltimore is iconic, man.
Yeah. And she's a hell of an artist. And I wish, you know, a lot of her music had came out, for whatever reason it didn't, whatever. You know, it's God.
But her name is Stamp.
Yeah.
Stamp.
It's in fashion.
Yeah,
but like I said, don't discredit the craft from somebody that learned how to perfect their craft from Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls. You can't discredit that.
How can you?
These is facts.
How can you? Then you on
track. Like really learn, not on the fly. Like really learn.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Bars and all that.
Put some respect on Charlie Baltimore name, man. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. So
now let's get to this, man. The pure. Pure fuel, man. Tell us about pure fuel, man, and how this. Because I'm gonna say first off, this is delicious, man.
Thank you.
It's delicious. Pure fuel. And I see it all over the place in everybody's hands. All the superstars, everybody's drinking pure fuel. And these are some of the founders here. So let's get into pure fuel and how this came about, Ratah.
Big time.
Well, it's funny because everything like comes back full circle. So I don't know if you heard Jude talking about some of the clients he had.
Right.
One of the clients he had in 2007 was Mustafah Shakur. If you look at the back of the bottle, in the middle of this, you see Mustafah.
I see
Mustafa's name.
Right there.
Yeah.
So Mustafah was an All-American, back in 2003.
McDonald's All-American.
He was a McDonald's All-American in 2003. Played in the McDonald's All-American game with LeBron, Chris Paul
Yeah.
at the time. And you know, quiet as kept. You know, I'm gonna put out there. He was the first nephew of, you know, a real powerhouse that's wrecking stuff in the sports and entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
you know, but also, you know, like that was my client.
Good money.
Shout out to Worldwide West.
Yeah.
Stop was the first nephew.
Yes.
A lot of people know
Was
that.
it?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, that's heavy.
Hey, so I'm gonna let you take over from there. Though.
Shout out to Worldwide West for making Worldwide mess, right? Who said that? It keep coming back to Jay, right?
Yeah.
It keep. But that's how things come full circle. So what happened was with Pure, really, like I said, like Staff, Dude, but connected. Dude know a lot of people, man. I wish y'all had like 3 hours to talk to Dude because then he'll open up.
We gonna do it.
You gotta do a Doobie podcast. Doobie got a lot of stuff going on.
We gotta bring that back.
So Dude put all of us together, me, Staff, and Dude,
Right.
and we actually came together to invest in that app.
Okay.
Nothing, a tech app, nothing to do with
And then
nothing.
with a drink. A tech app.
And the people who had the app, they had the app. We were talking one day, and they had this drink that they asked if we were interested in investing in. And they sent us the drink. Ain't none of us like it.
What?
We ain't like the name.
This 07?
No, it's
this from an acquaintance from 07.
This about 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Well, I'm just
Gotcha.
telling you how things go back because Staff and Doobie was
Right,
doing
it
business
started
in
from-
2007.
right, that's where it
2007.
started, right.
So then fast forward, the reconnection over an app, a tech app.
Right.
The guys who doing a tech app also had a drink. They changed everything. They brought the drink to us, the bottle. They bought we drank it. We ain't like nothing about it.
Right.
We ain't like nothing about it. And it was kind of like that was it. Then it was kind of brought back to us like, well, could y'all do better? Like, so here go the weird part. Here go the weird part. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of like no. So here go Dude. Like I said, Dude, like he Dude one of them people who quiet, but when he say something, it means something.
Right.
Here go Dude. Well, Ryan used to work at Coca-Cola. He know all about the beverage. I'm like, shit.
Put you right on the spot.
But I ain't never made no drink, dude.
No, but yes.
Like, I don't know how to.
Right now,
they talking about creating something from scratch.
No. He gonna put you up to the challenge.
So Staff like, yeah. So Staff like more interested. So now we all kind of having these conversations, and before you know what, the conversations start. We're not even talking about the app no more. Now the only thing we talking about is the drink.
Oh, and Rod, tell them what you did for Coca-Cola though, like the stuff that you was involved with.
Yeah,
because that's
don't
important.
skip past.
So what I did for Coca-Cola was urban and ethnic marketing. So I was dealing with Coca-Cola during a very sensitive time when. I don't know if y'all remember Tyrese did a commercial singing on the back of the bus.
Right.
So there was a time you got to think about Coca-Cola was all American, apple pie, baseball. We ain't want nothing to do with no hip hop and none of that stuff. The only thing they would do with hip hop and even the NBA would be Sprite.
Yep.
They wasn't because Coca-Cola Classic was their flagship brand. They didn't want to risk it or tarnish their brand.
Doing it. Right.
So music wasn't important. So I dealt with them when they did like Sprite, Unsigned Hype, Fat Joe, Angie Martinez, Cormega, Eve, Beanie Siegel.
You doing that.
You know,
you in the mix.
This is how I meet Troy Carter.
Beyonce.
Yeah, I did the Minute Maid Style Jam with the original Destiny's Child, Beyonce, and I'm talking about when their mom was making their clothes.
Right.
And I don't know, I might not make the Rock Nation brunch next year, but I did have Beyonce's phone number. She gave me a Sky Pager number back then. I'm going way back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I hope I see everybody at the brunch next year, but you know, I did.
See, you talking about some history.
That was way back. I'm going
way back.
I'm going back to when Beyonce's mom was making their clothes.
She was a buck.
Right. I remember that.
So you know where I'm coming from? She wasn't
way back.
Yeah, I'm going way back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So So you know,
2003 maybe.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
So
Before
basically,
that,
you was real instrumental in Coca-Cola as it relates to promotion.
locally, because I did it. Everything they want to do on a national level, I did in PA, New Jersey, and Delaware.
Gotcha.
But the crazy part about it, when I got that job by accident, I was an intern.
See,
I was an intern, and they had kind of got restructured their marketing department, got rid of a lot of people, and they kept me around. So I got real cool with the president, who still to this day is a friend and a mentor.
right.
Guy by the name of Ron Wilson. Always grateful because he gave me the opportunity.
Right.
And he showed me the ropes. Like even when we did this, he was one of the first people I do know, one of the first people I talked to.
See?
I told him what we was about to do. I told him what we had in play. He like, you got a chance if I go for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He actually put together the first budget for us.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
money.
He helped him and his son, Chris, to help do the first budget
Good
to
money.
understand
So
because
there's a lot of components to this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I see Wallo in the mix.
So Wallo, Gillie,
Gil too. All right.
Andre Iguodala. So obviously it started with the core group of me, Staff and Doobie. You know what I'm saying? That's why on the bottles it's just us.
Right.
But then Wallo and Gillie and Dre got involved.
Right.
And what people don't understand about this was, like I said, a lot of people, they have a product and they just white label it. Basically, you taking somebody else's product and you just slap your stuff on it. We design the bottles, the logo, and everything from scratch. There was we had
The ingredients and all.
The ingredients, everything.
Good
We're
money.
involved in all that stuff.
Good money.
This
Before
logo is murder, man.
before we get to this,
That's murder.
we had a company. The company that designed our logo. We gotta give him a shout. Is McLean, a guy by the name of Ian McLean. Yeah, he's a beast. But he also designed Monster. If you look at the Monster energy drinks,
Oh, same guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And he designed this in conjunction with us. We would go out to California and meet with him maybe once or twice a month, and we had a couple different options. But
Y'all went
from
the right
A to Z, we were involved in everything. The ingredients. We have turmeric, some turmeric in here,
Right.
Because we knew for us, especially in our community, mental health is a huge issue, and we know that turmeric helps you make sound decisions and things like that.
Turmeric does a lot for a person. Man. Turmeric has a lot of benefits. A lot of health benefits. Man.
And then we got a lot of vitamins and good stuff in here. It's plant based.
Good money.
So it's plant based, meaning so it's plant based. So the caffeine we have in here is from yerba mate.
I heard of that.
And green coffee beans. A lot of your energy drinks is natural. A lot of your energy drinks are synthetic caffeine.
Right.
And that's why you drink them and you come down and you be nutty.
Right. Crash and the jitters.
No crash, no jitters.
Good money.
None. Understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
No added sugar. Very low sodium. Right? So it does all the right things.
Ultimate drink for you know what I mean right now.
Yeah, because for us it's so technically we're what you call a hydrenergy drink. Hydration and energy combined. So it's like taking Gatorade and Red Bull and putting them together but healthier.
Yeah, all natural.
Yes,
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
heavy
Pure,
move.
you hear me?
Pure fuel.
Fueled up
Yeah,
and
so
pure.
Where can you find Pure? I see it is not. I see it then it is like
it's in some of your smaller mom and pop stores and some of your gas stations.
Right.
All Jeff Brown stores carries them. Shout out to Jeff Brown and
that's
his
the
team.
ShopRites and all.
All the ShopRites and Fresh Grocers. They were the first supermarket chain really to pick us up. So
did y'all get the branch it in any other cities or states yet?
we're actually in other cities and states. We're in Delaware. We're in Maryland.
Right.
We're out in Oakland, California. But you can buy it on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, if you go to www.purefuelsport.com, that's PUREFUELSPORT.com. If you go there, you can order on Amazon. There's a link to click on Amazon, and you can order all our products. We have, not only do we have drinks, we also have energy bites, which
I see the bike, all that.
Yeah. So
listen, get involved with this. This is a very good drink. It's healthy, like you said, it's for energy.
and we're black owned.
Right.
And we're black owned.
It's a win-win.
So yeah. We're not 100%. So I ain't gonna lie to people, but we are majority.
Majority.
You know what I'm saying?
want all the support.
And listen, man.
And Rob, my man, Duke.
We can sit here for hours with these guys. Like I said, they family. This is get organic. We act like the cameras ain't even on, right? So we gonna close out right here. It's been a very good interview.
Yes.
Good content. Dude, man, appreciate you. Gotta come back and do a Doobie joint. I love you, homie.
You too, bro. You my guy, man.
Signing off, man.
My man. God.
That's
Man.
Yeah.
That was a heavy one.
Shout out. Thanks,
Yeah.
Rob.
Workout fam, this the workout plan. Understand? Come get your membership. Yeah, we got that workout fam. This the workout plan. Understand? Come get your membership. I'm on my health kick. Yeah, counting cabbage, blowing spinach. Yeah, physically fit. I got that workout doing calisthenics. I make it do stretches when I chef it. Turn 1 into 2. That's the method. Cooking up, I lost grams, switch plugs, now it's love. About to kick off my weight loss plan. Cop heavy, I might throw something. Losing pounds with no sweat, that's liposuction. Block running like track and field. Got ops running but standing still, jogging in place on a treadmill. Eating good, you on lunchtime. My shooters will pull up and bench press the iron when it's crunch time. You think you heavyweight, cause y'all got reps. I hold my own weight, I don't need a spot check. Struggle's the reason that we all